Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This evening is an incredible, special evening for my mother, myself, and our entire family. Were it not for America accepting my parents' entrance through Ellis Island in 1940 and granting them onward passage to Canada, none of us would be here today. It is impossible to appreciate the significance of one's freedom and life unless you have experienced what it is like to have it almost taken away. That was the fate of my parents, having narrowly escaped the harrowing experience of occupied Europe. Upon reaching the shores of the United States and seeing Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty, my mother, with tears in her eyes, remarked to my father, "Finally, we are safe." Having just turned 100 last month, and next month in June, it will have been 76 years ago that my mother and father landed on the very last ship that sailed from Saint-Nazaire in France and brought them to safety here on Ellis Island, and the ship hit a mine and sunk on the way back. It was the very last boat that came. She's armed with an incredibly inquiring and ever active mind. My mother remains our only link to our family's living heritage. It was her wisdom and foresight, combined with great courage and determination, that persuaded my father that remaining in Europe would be fatal. Making incredible sacrifices to provide a safer life, greater education, and possibilities for their children, my parents exposed my sister and I to the world at large, to all facets of the arts, and to essential, strong core on fundamental values. It's these gifts that enabled me to achieve my dreams of creating innovative new beverage categories in America and building a new prestigious wine region. This has allowed me to create jobs and to give back to hundreds of amazing, passionate people, allowing them opportunities and to create and fulfill their individual dreams. I'd like to thank Nazar Kazemeni and the committee for recognizing my mother and myself amongst countless others deserving of their recognition. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I was lucky enough through television, believe it or not, through both The View and the Today Show, to trace my roots. And I discovered all sorts of great things. And I finally understood that you can't escape who you are. It's very emotional, and I'll be thinking a lot about my parents, both of whom have passed on, and their parents, who made the decision to come to this country to provide a better life for themselves and for their children. And they did do that.
I had the good fortune before the program began to talk to Patricia Villamandal, and even at that tender age of 100, she still remembers vividly that day she sailed up the harbor into New York, passing the Statue of Liberty and looking up and recognizing it was a moment of freedom. The island has changed over the years, the past 76 years since you passed here, but those memories will never fade. Congratulations to you. You know, this medal, it leaves so many memories, and those who have received it over the years. We're pleased that we have previous recipients who join us each year. Tonight we have several of them with us. I'd like to ask you to stand so we can give you the proper recognition. Previous Medal of Honor recipients, welcome. And now, as we begin another round of presentations, I remind the medalists to please step forward as your name is called.
Leroy Hood. Dr. Leroy Hood and his colleagues developed the DNA gene sequencer and synthesizer and the protein synthesizer and sequencer, 4 instruments that paved the way for the successful mapping and understanding of the human genome. Apo Jabarian. Apo Jabarian is a public speaker, publisher, writer, actor, and a TV and newspaper commentator. He has been a political activist for over 25 years and was recently appointed as an advisory board member of the Committee for U.S. International Broadcasting. Richard Jones. Richard Jones is a judge for the United States District Court. He co-founded 2 Seattle area law student programs, the Northwest Minority Job Fair and the First-Year Minority Clerkship Program. Mahmood Khan. Dr. Mahmood Khan is Vice Chairman and Chief Scientific Officer of Global Research and Development at PepsiCo, where he leads their work on developing new, healthier products for consumers and oversees the company's global sustainability agenda. Prerna Khanna. Dr. Mona is a triple board-certified medical doctor and Emmy Award-winning journalist who is committed to making a difference in the lives of others through raising health literacy, promoting healthy behaviors, and publicizing public health initiatives. Gisu Rafikian. Gisu Rafikian is the president and CEO of the Nowruz Commission. As its first president, she was instrumental in coordinating the participation of 8 governments as well as the Iranian American community in the United States. Vrij Kalanjian. Vrij Kalanjian is the chairman of the St. Kevork Armenian Church. He is currently partnering with the Aleppo Compatriotic Charitable Organization to help Syrian refugees become established in their Armenian homeland. Jerry Kaiser. Jerry Kaiser is the executive director of the Vietnam Veterans Charity. He is also a full-time advocate for veterans and passionately informs decision makers of the sacrifices made by the women and men who serve this country.
Riza Lavizo Mori. Dr. Riza Lavizo Mori has been the president and CEO of the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation since 2003. Under her leadership, the foundation has focused on building a comprehensive culture of health for all.
Hayoung Ro Lee. Hayoung Ro Lee immigrated to the United States in 1976 after spending time in the military teaching U.S. and South Korean Marines Taekwondo. Once in America, Mr. Lee formed Hata Realty Corporation, through which he owns and manages commercial property throughout Midtown Manhattan.
Devorah Lieberman. Dr. Devorah Lieberman is the first female Jewish president of the University of Laverne. Dr. Lieberman has a deep commitment to diversity and inclusion. This has led to promote university-wide efforts in developing interfaith initiatives. A.J. Kumar Lodha. Dr. A.J. Kumar Lodha was recently elected president of the American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin. He currently holds partnership and leading titles with various medical groups, including Northwell Hospital, Hilaire, and Nesconset Nursing Home and Rehabilitation Centers. Asad Madni. Dr. Asad Madni was president, COO, and CTO of BEI Technologies for 14 years. He led the development of microsensors and systems for aerospace, industrial, and transportation industries. Rosario Marin. Rosario Marin is the former United States Treasurer and has served 22 years at the local, state, and national levels. She is a former member of the Special Olympics International Board of Directors and the National Association of Latino Elected Officials. Eileen McDonnell. Eileen McDonnell has served as the chairman and CEO of the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company since 2013. She belongs to a number of organizations, including the Irish American Business Chamber and Network. Robert Musikowski. Robert Musikowski is the president and founder of Chicago Hope Academy, the only Christian high school in Chicago. He is the author of Safe at Home, a personal account of his life and work with disadvantaged children, which was later made into the movie Hardball. Thomas O'Donnell. Thomas O'Donnell is president of Theatrical Teamsters Local 817 and has dedicated his career to growing the motion picture division from coast to coast. Prior to being elected to his current role, Mr. O'Donnell served the union as secretary-treasurer for 23 years. Andrew Ortiz. Andrew Ortiz is president and CEO of Ortiz Leadership Systems. He teaches public speaking skills and leadership techniques to the public and private sector, including schools and universities.
Special treat in store for you right now. Relax a moment. The National World War II Museum in New Orleans, we have a group there. It's a trio, a talented vocal trio known as the Victory Bells. And they have a salute for us to the veterans in song. So please welcome to the stage Courtney, Emily, and Mandy, the Victory Bells.
When you get an award like this, it's really not for me. It's truly for my grandparents and for their parents and for all of the hardship that they endured, because those hardships are what provided me with the opportunities that led me just to be able to stand here tonight.
Our next medalist is someone who has avoided the spotlight, but I'm sure you know her family's hugely successful chain of restaurants named after her daughter, Wendy, who is with us tonight. Lorraine Thomas and her late husband, Dave, they founded the hugely successful Wendy's restaurant chain back in 1969, and since then have supported countless charities and have been recognized by President George W. Bush in a ceremony at the White House for their generosity. In addition to the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, they founded the I. Lorraine Thomas Children's Emergency Home and Family Support Center for abused and neglected children. She continues to help the world's children wherever she can and was recently honored by ChildNet with the inaugural Champion for Children Award. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present to you I. Lorraine Thomas.
I would like to congratulate all the other honorees. I feel, this is off the wall, I feel very humbled to be in such a magnificent crowd of people. I mean, this is beyond me. I'm not, I don't do this, but this really goes beyond. But I want to thank all my family for being here. My children and grandchildren, the ones that are here tonight and the ones that couldn't make it. I have quite a lot.